6:17 and back to your news. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and KHQA's very own Tegan Orpit sat down with Dr. Basel Jalad, a medical oncologist with Blessing Health Systems, earlier this week. That's addressing breast cancer prevention. This segment is sponsored by the Blessing Health Systems.
Continuing with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and joining us today is Dr. Basel Jalad. He is a medical oncologist with Blessing Health Systems. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
And we're going to kind of start from the basics, from the very beginning, when women get the diagnosis through whether it's self-exam or mammogram that they have breast cancer.
That's, I mean, I understand sometimes how people get anxious about the idea of getting any cancer, and we do promote for prevention, which makes sense, better than cure even. So mammogram is a very important piece of a tool that we have for preventing breast cancer, and that's what really the thing that I encourage most about, and that's one of the things that made breast cancer deaths or mortality go down from 1980s to where we at now. Mm-hmm. So a mammogram a year, I would say, standard starting age of 40 is what we encourage for all women.
Okay, and that's just to kind of get the base down, correct?
That is just the base down. That is correct.
Okay, and so when they come in and they get that base mammogram, you have to call them back and say...
That is correct. So the radiologist or breast imaging, say radiologist, look into it. If there's anything suspicious, they will ask for a more detailed type of mammogram or ultrasound. And at that moment, they would do maybe a biopsy if needed. If it's negative, they will also call them, tell them, congratulations, everything looks normal, see you back next year.
Right.
Well, that's one way of preventing breast cancer, but it is one of the most effective ways.
Absolutely. And once they do get that diagnosis, what happens from there?
It's not an easy diagnosis. At the same time, if it's really have been proven by imagings and by biopsy, we shouldn't deny it anymore. You know, it's there. The faster we act on it, the better. So we need to contact primary care physician, probably the breast imaging radiologist, have already notified the primary care and do the appropriate referrals for further evaluations or specialty, consultations for medical oncologists like us or a breast surgeon. And then we'll go from there. Based on that, we'll know more what is the best treatment for the patients.
Okay, and Blessing does all the treatments?
Absolutely. So at Blessing Health System, we have whatever it takes to treat breast cancer, from A to Z, including, medical oncologists like me, imaging specialist, surgeon, radiation oncologists, even supportive care, services, if needed, if patient feel weak, physical therapy, occupational therapy, rehab, because it's not only treating the breast cancer, it's also even social worker also and psychologist. It's a whole family situation. You need to support the patient, you need to support the family, you need to make sure the patient is strong mentally, physically, in order to go through all that treatment that we're talking about. So, so we have all of that, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
And a special thank you to Blessing Health Systems for sponsoring that segment. At 6:21 on KHQA this morning, we've got some special guests that are joining us also in our next block. Things might get a little noisy. We'll wake you up in just a few minutes.